Welcome, sports fan, to episode number 7 of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. I'm your host, Rowdy, joined by my co-host, Big Boy, and my co-host, Coop. Glad to have him back this week. How we doing, boy?
Hey, your boy is back and ready to get going, baby.
How was the concert, man?
Let's get it.
How was the concert?
It was fun. I missed y'all a little bit, but it was a good time. It was a good time.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Wish we could say the same. No, I'm just kidding. We love you, man. We had a good time.
But hey, last week was a good episode with Beck on as our first new roundtable chat. We got another good one tonight and Trey King. So look forward to that later on in the show, as well as Kobe's locks. We got Texas rundown, all things college football, NFL on tap, ready to go. But before that, let's go back and let's look at our pick recap from last week, and let's see how the boys did. Coop, how are you feeling after last week?
I'm pretty good at the college level, man. I know a lot about college football. The NFL is my struggle point. If y'all go opposite of my NFL picks, y'all are doing pretty well. But my college picks, there again, 10 wins. So my college picks are looking good. So
I beat Jeff, so that's what I can say.
there you go.
There you go. Yep.
I think Big Boy beat us in the NFL, though.
Yeah, I like the NFL a little more.
Yeah. See,
NFL.
so if you want to bet NFL, you go Big Boy. If you want to go college, you go me. Look at that. Yeah. See,
NFL, we had some all 7-7-1s, and then
right
we had Coop at the bottom of the pack. And then also our guest picker standings after this week, which stay tuned for that guest picker to come on later in the show. But we still got Jinx holding strong, NCAA 12-3, Kobe 11-4, NFL. We really haven't had anyone get too close either.
No, I mean, I don't see anyone getting close to either.
Jinx did good on both sides. If Jinx would have bet that weekend, he'd have been.
Yeah.
He'd had a good weekend.
Shout out to Jinx. He just dropped a new song, so everyone go listen to it.
There you go.
Shout out Jinx.
What's his name? Jinx?
Just Jinx, yeah.
Just Jinx is his rap name?
Yep.
All right. Well, with that being said, you know what time it is. We got Hoops, Texas rundown, Kansas State coming into DKR this weekend. Sold out game. Malik Murphy still at the helm. What do we got, Coop?
I'll be there, by the way. So.
Oh, Big Boy's gonna be there.
Hopefully it's not a bad mojo since he was.
That might change my prediction. Game. I might have to switch my prediction.
Might want to. It seems like I'm the jinx lately.
Oh gosh. No, but I missed this last week, but I'm glad. I hope y'all enjoyed the one I came in here and did it with Cade. So, but like Cade said, number 23 Kansas State comes into the 40 acres versus number 7 Texas. First of all, what a freaking game in the Big 12 this is going to be, guys. I mean, this is deciding a bunch of freaking things. You got the defending Big 12 champs, Kansas State. And you got Texas, who's trying to fight for not only a spot in the Big 12 championship, but still trying to fight for the college football playoff talking. We'll start at K-State's offense. I'm going to go through this a little bit quicker. They're 17th in success rate. That's 5th in the nation. There's the big one. They are 3rd and they're 5th and 3rd down conversions. They keep their offense on the field, which tires the defense out and ultimately leads to more points being scored. Their offense is quick, so expect a bunch of hurry up type of things, bunch of quick passes, and it's all run through kind of weird but unique 2-quarterback system. You got Will Howard, who we're familiar with, we've seen before. He's very good at the short passes and the medium passes, not very consistent at the long passes. But then you got the true freshman, Avery long-haired Johnson. All right, he's quick, man. He's a true running quarterback. So He had 5 rushing touchdowns against Tech when I watched in person. I mean, this guy's quick. And the big thing is he pushes Howard to play at the higher level that Kansas State is asking Howard to play at. It's a run-heavy offense. They're 9th in yards per rush. They move the ball really well. They got 2 good duo backs combined with 2 good duo quarterbacks, and they all can run. So that's the big point of concern for this. Hey, we've been saying it all year. The trenches, man. Who's going to step up in the trenches and stop the run? So we're going to see how good Texas's run defense is truly against this Kansas State offense. Their O-line's pretty good, 19th in the nation. They have the best guard in the Big 12, and 3 out of the 5 linemen will go play at the next level. Overall, it's a pretty good offense. That they're looking to run the ball, looking to tire out the defense. The keys for the Texas defense. K-State hasn't faced a true run defense like Texas, so I'm excited to see that. Like I said, you got to force field goals in the red zone, and then I want to see a true physical defense up front. The big boys got a big game, and they're gonna make big plays. So I want to see it. So that's my thing for the Kansas State offense. If y'all want to add.
How are we feeling, big boy? After last weekend's game, kind of defense sets it up with how the last 2 weeks had been before then. Maybe even you could say the last 3. On an offense that's kind of from BYU side hit or miss, but still not giving up a touchdown with some of the positions they were put in. Obviously, pretty impressive on that side of things. But how are you feeling headed into this week after that last week's game?
I'm scared of that young quarterback. I mean, he's so fast. He's little though, so we get some hits on him. But it's one of those things. A lot of guys that are like that, they know how to not take a hit. He's a freshman, so he still has he's going to make a freshman mistake probably, and I hope it's big and we can capitalize.
Right.
I feel confident, honestly. I do. I have a confidence that they're going to kind of get it figured out. The pass offense isn't the best, and so I think they can start keying him because the run game isn't the best either. Really, I think our defense, if they can keep spies in on him and have maybe a different formation with Blackwell and Hill out there, and just keep that spy on him. I think they can do better than we think. It's just they've been hearing it a lot too. So I really think that hopefully they had a great week of practice and they have some schemes ready for it. I'm more kind of worried about the offense going up against their defense.
And I'm going to get to that right now.
Real quick before you do that.
What's up?
Not to put a damper in your feeling good, but I read Chip Brown's article that came out today. I was talking to Coop before this. And Chip says, word from Chip Brown over at Horns 24/7 says, I'm hearing Texas's Tuesday practice was a bit of a mess. According to a source close to the situation, Malik Murphy did not practice Tuesday, and the reps at quarterback were taken by Arch Manning and Charles Wright. I'm also hearing tight end Jatavion Sanders aggravated his ankle injury, and that right tackle Christian Jones did not finish practice on Tuesday.
That was Tuesday.
But then at the end of his article, which obviously we know Sark, he's not a big press conference injury report type of guy, so he didn't say anything today. Ethan Burke had surgery to clean up some stuff in his knee. Hopefully, they're maybe saying he may play this week. If not this week, for sure next week he'll be back. But they said he hurt that in the Wyoming game. The last 4 games, he's only been playing up to 70%. But whenever it comes to the rest of the week of practice, they said that it had like an Alabama type feel this week. So kind of both like different sides of the table spectrum there. So I don't.
Without
And
having a good
just
practice on
remember, Sark
Tuesday.
said they had a great week of practice leading up to Oklahoma, and they got beat. So
Yeah.
I mean, practice is practice. I get it, but I mean, all that shit, and you never know with Sark. He's kind of like his mentor. He'll throw shit out there. It's not just
Oh yeah.
like whatever, like figure it out, So,
Yeah.
but
Go ahead, Coop.
Malik not practicing. That sucks. Like
Yeah, which I mean, they
he needs all
said.
the reps he can get.
I mean, Chip said that he was back at practice on Wednesday, so I don't know what that was out on
That's
Tuesday
odd.
for. But yeah, they're talking about that, and then Chip was also talking about how Barron's role this week, Jahade, because they think there's going to be more of that look, that three linebacker look with Hill, Ford, and Blackwell. And if they do that, that takes Barron off the field. That takes away the star position.
Why don't you put him at safety?
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Yep. That'd be my thought as well. I just don't think you can afford to have him off the field. Like
He's your best player in the secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, catalog maybe, but you can't. He's not. Unfortunately, he always gets hurt, man.
What about Taft? Hey, man, he got a pick last week.
First in, first out. Coach's son.
Hey,
surprisingly quick. You know what I'm saying? All those things for a white boy, that type of deal. Yeah, I love him.
Taft played more snaps last week than old Jaron Thompson did.
He had a pick.
Yeah, right place at the right time.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I just don't think they should be on the field at the same time.
No.
And I know it's hard. That's one thing about the defense that I don't get. It's like they're just switching out every time. It's not like they can't get a consistent, communication with each other because it's always different guys in the back. But we've had injuries too. So.
Well, I think last week there wasn't as much of that either. So we'll see.
Your dog's right there.
Going on to what Bill was saying, being more concerned about the other side of the football. They run a weird 3-3-3 look. It's really odd, and we've seen Sark struggle with that type of look in the past, which kind of scares me a little bit. Their defense is good. They haven't allowed a touchdown in 3 weeks against Texas Tech here. 3 points versus TCU, and here's the big one. A shutout versus Houston, guys, who that's scary because what Houston did to us, I don't know. That's kind of scary.
It's like 105-3 in the last 8 or 12 quarters or 10 quarters. It's pretty impressive.
Well, and I think too that defense we did see last week with those 3 linebackers was more of a look for this week. Like that's something we're going to see a lot more just because of the type of team K-State is. But like you said, like that takes Barron off the field. So got to figure out.
They run it. Iowa State runs it, and so does TCU. So we're about to find out.
They do a good job. Also, if they want a 4 down front, they'll bring up a linebacker for an edge rusher or something like that. So I do a really good job of mixing up coverages and defensive schemes, which is kind of scary for a quarterback like Malik. I'll get to that in a second. Or just a good down-to-down defense. They know they're really good at knowing like the down and distances and like what play calls to run at certain down and distances. They're really good at that. The run defense is pretty good. The linebackers and secondary both definitely come down and help with the three-man front with the run defense. They're good at running stunts with linebackers. They have good edge rushers that come off the edge with a bunch of pressures so far. Here's the thing. They do give up. They're okay with giving up the small to medium yards for the plays. They do a really good job at defending the deep routes and stuff like that. But they do give up like stuff over the middle and stuff like that. So they do need to take advantage of that. They average 2.3 sacks a game. And like I said, they disguised, just like last week, they disguised their coverages really well. And we saw that, I mean, Malik did good, right? But he still made turnovers, you know what I'm saying? So he has to be a little bit smarter with the ball. He needs to clean it up a little bit. Don't be afraid to beat him in the short game with short conversions up the middle. Here's the last thing. I love the confidence we all have in Malik, okay, and everyone else at Texas. They all trust and have confidence in him. But like I said, they do need to be careful at the odd defensive looks, like the 3-3-3 that they run. It's really odd defense that they run. So,
and if we can run the ball, like we've said, we say it every week.
Exactly, run the ball and help them out.
And some of those, not standard formations, and make the defense commit to what they are, who they expose them and make them commit. Right. And then hopefully Malik can kind of differentiate what's going on and make some plays. It's gonna the middle. I mean, the short game is good against this defense because a lot of times they just not gonna get beat deep. So
yeah,
I still want to see my flea flicker. Just let Malik.
They didn't do it last week for
No.
Well, I think, which I'm sure everyone's expecting, like K-State's going to come out that first quarter. If Texas really wants to run away with this game, K-State in that first quarter is going to come out loading the box. Like they're going to want to stop that run. They're going to send the house, no matter if it's run play, pass play. They want to see Malik prove them wrong in that first quarter and make some plays. So if Malik can really make some plays, be smart, hit a couple deep passes, or just be smart with his checkdowns to really hit someone over the middle. That is the one thing. Like, sure, Malik may have that better deep ball than Quinn, like over time, but Quinn's intermediate passing game compared to Malik's is skyrocket difference. That's what the one area Malik needs to improve, and there's no other week than this week that needs to happen. Obviously, with how they run their defense, and I think for everything else to open up, and for that running game to truly open up and give Brooks some space and not make Brooks have to break 4 tackles to make a 20-yard run. Like, he's got to hit those passes that first quarter. Like, he's got to come out. Like, we need a 10 for 10 out of him for like first quarter, like first couple of drives. So I think that's going to be a big determining factor on if Texas can win by double digits or if it's going to be like the last 5 years be a single digit victory. So
I'd like to see that formation where they had Red, Keelan, and Baxter, the like diamond formation.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of speed out there, man. And Red, I think you're going to see him get some touches in the Red Cat or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can score in the dang red zone because that's becoming an issue. Like, it's not just like it's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, they scored over 30. Like one of 4 teams to score over 30 points each game this year, and the red zone's like almost worse in the nation. Like, it's 110th out of however many teams there are. Like, yeah. And UT keeps winning by double-digit points against these teams, but it should be like double than what they're winning by with how bad the red zone's been. And I really do want to see, like, obviously red zone, pound it, like get in the end zone. But if it's 4th and goal, like 4th and 1, 4th and 2, around that area, like this week, I think it's going to be a week that Sark just needs to take those points. And last year, Bert Auburn had 5 field goals made for 4 field goals, something like that. And you won by, what was it last year, like 5 or 6 points. So I think Stark's just going to need to kind of, like, if it doesn't get going how he wants it to be, like, put away his ego aside of wanting to prove it and get it right and just take the points.
Well, that's the thing.
Take the points.
It's been 4th down multiple times when you're in the red zone, and they've gone for it, right? Because he's trying to prove that. He's trying to prove that, hey, we can freaking score in the freaking red zone. And they get stopped. I mean, like, there's been very few times where they've converted on the 4th down in the red zone.
But at the same time, man, it's a yard, and you get 3 pops from it, or 4 even. I mean, fucking score.
Yeah.
I mean, put it, a lot of it is a me against you, and I am going to make your body go that way. That's as an offensive lineman. And I heard, I think Banks talking about this week, like kind of taking that personal, and they need to because a lot of that is me moving you backwards. And
Yeah.
if I do that, we will score. We will score. I mean, it's
And
frustrating.
yeah, I mean that's honestly it's one thing that like the last week or two like that's almost like really got on my nerves. It's like people are bashing like Stark's play calling so much in the red zone, and honestly, like it has not like the last 2 weeks has not been like that bad. It's just like execution. Like the dudes are not executing how they need to be or how they should be. The O line looks like a bunch of pansies whenever they get inside the five. Hayden Conner gets absolutely blown up every freaking play on the red zone. I want big old Cam Williams in there at left guard when they're inside the 5 yard line. Like, bring in the dudes who are going to block and want to run somebody over on that O line. Hayden Conner gets blown back every single time when they try to run to the left side when they're inside the five. Like, at that point, it comes down to execution, blocking, running backs hitting their holes. Yeah, maybe like don't run wildcat like 3 times in a row if you know your O line's not gonna do the fucking job and throw those slants to Mitchell. Like, I mean, Mitchell's been key in the red zone with his slants. Like that's been half of our red zone touchdowns is from
The
slants
hardest
to
route to
Mitchell.
guard.
Yeah, so I mean, run that shit like, or even if you're inside the five, bring that diamond formation. Like, make some movements, put some 2 wide receivers out to the side, bring the diamond formation, send some guys in motion. Like, that's going to open up the box if you are going to run because your O line can't block inside the five. So I think it's not so much play calls as it really is execution at this point, and that's something that needs to change, obviously. So
Yeah, I think I'm done with seeing Sweat and them coming in, with the jumbo package. Like you want to bring in 80
yeah,
and run like a 6-0 line package, okay, but
and that should only works if your normal old lineman can actually block because Sweat and them are going to get their block, but if your other O linemen are completely getting thrown
getting
out of the
blown up.
way, it doesn't matter. Like, they can't block 3 dudes who are coming at them, so it gets blown up every time. And I don't know
Where's the
what
tight
needs.
end? Well, I mean, I did like that play they had last week. I think that guy just fought through Jordan, and that's
No,
usually
that was
will
a
not happen. That was a
great play
great
call.
play by that
Yes,
kid.
great play
And
call, and people obviously hated on Sark for doing it on fourth down. That's it. Whittington makes that block 9 out of 10 times.
yeah,
9 out of 10 times. Like, that's the one time Whittington does not make a block where Sanders walks into the end zone. Like,
yeah.
great play call, just execution. Once again, instead of the O line, it was the one time Jordan Whittington misses a block. Yeah, maybe do that on 3rd and goal, but either way, like, that should be a touchdown. So it'll be
The good
interesting.
thing is that's something that can change. So it's
Yeah,
something that, and I hope it does because that's going to come bite us in the ass. And it did
yeah.
against Oklahoma. I mean, that's the thing. A good team, it's going to really show itself.
Especially if you want to go win a championship.
Well, let's worry about K State.
Well, you have to get through this, obviously, to get to the Big 12 championship. But
Well, speaking of, we can come back to U team a little bit, but speaking of championships, and obviously the college football playoff just came out, their rankings. Before we get to that, let's do our top 10 of the week, top 10 teams. Coop, you want to start us off? Who's your top 10 going into this week?
yeah, I got my rankings aren't that different from the one that's out right now. I have a little bit of mix up, but not really. I got Oklahoma at 10. Still a 1-loss team, You can't, I mean, 1-loss team. Number 9, I got Penn State. At number 8, I got Alabama. At number 7, I got Texas. At number 6, I got Oregon. At number 5, I got Washington. At number 4, I got Florida State. At number 3, I got Ohio State. At number 2, I got Georgia. And number 1, I still have Michigan. I think Michigan's the best team in the nation still.
The only problem I got with that is Penn State. They can they're not top 10. They're frauds.
Oh, man.
That Ohio State win is gonna come back and show that I don't think that was really that big. Obviously, it was a big win,
what was the final score of that game? I mean,
they barely won by double digits. But
Penn State is one of the best defenses in the nation.
No, they barely lost. They barely won last week to freaking Indiana. Indiana put up more points.
They still won by double digits at the end of it.
Yeah, Ohio State did. I'm talking about Penn State. Penn State
is
not ranked in the top 10. No, Penn State is ranked outside the top 10 in the college football.
He has his top 10. You got yours,
bro. Their defense is stacked, bro.
No,
their defense is stacked.
Straight frauds. What do you got, big boy?
10, I got Ole Miss. I think they're gonna make a run. 9, I got Oklahoma. 8, I got Texas. 7, I got Oregon. 6, I got Alabama. 5, FSU. 4, Washington. 3, Ohio State. 2, Michigan. And 1, the Dogs.
You got Bama at 6?
I'm telling you, Bama's legit. You can see, hey man, you worry about your own fucking top 10.
Oh, you're about to hear it right here. I got.
This ought to be good.
Yeah.
I got OU at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ole Miss at number 9. I like Ole Miss as well. I got Bama at number 8. I got. This is a good one. Washington Huskies at number 7. They're about to lose this week. I'll get to that later.
They're not.
Man. Listen, I got UT at number 6, Oregon at number 5.
Okay,
that's one lost game. Listen, Oregon, dogs, straight dogs. That game against Washington was complete BS.
How?
They got lucky. Oregon, that they play today, it's like Texas and OU. If they play today, it is flipped. The script is flipped. It is not even close to the same game. Oregon's number 5. I go off of my rankings is if they would beat the team in front of them or behind them today. And Oregon would beat Washington today. Texas would beat Washington today. All right. Oregon at 5.
Texas would beat Washington?
Yes. Ohio State at 4. Florida State at 3. Georgia at 2. And I still got Michigan at 1. But that's my top 10. Leading into that, we saw with the College Football Playoff Committee, they kind of went off with their rankings, more of a resume type base, kind of strength of schedule, I guess you could call it, in their rankings. How would you go about, like, obviously with your rankings, how do you look at it? Like, do you look at it as like strength of schedule, head to head, just best team, or if like how I look at it, like if they would beat them if they played today?
I think that
it don't fucking matter. I think it's bullshit. We even put it out. What does it matter? Yeah, what does it matter? Let's wait till about week 10, 11, and then we know where it's at. This is just talk.
Even in week 10 and 11, I think you should still go off of like Michigan. Like it's not their fault that their schedule's not great, but they freaking destroyed every team that they're supposed to destroy.
Sure, it's their fault. Texas schedules all these top teams, and like USC schedules all these top teams to play non-conference. But
then you're gonna see them whip Ohio State's ass.
They're gonna play Ohio State, and the Big Ten is, the Big Ten. So that's what I'm saying. It all works itself out. The Pac-10, those are gonna work themselves out. The Big 12, the 2 left, really. I mean, it kind of already did work itself out, except for OU lost. So
yeah.
I mean, I think, like you said, it's going to work itself out. The Big Ten, it'll be interesting how it comes down with those 2 teams because that other division is so bad. So whoever makes that conference championship game is going to play School of the Blind in the conference championship.
I want to see if Clemson, after what Debo had to say this week and how he got pissed off, if they bounce back because they got the talent.
I'm not a fan of Debo.
Yeah, and what if they come up and bite FSU or see.
I mean, when it comes to Florida State, like obviously they're good,
They're
but
good,
they
man.
and they're getting hurt now. Like they're number 4. Like they're not in the like obviously if they win out they're in, but if if they take a loss, them being number 4, they're
They're
done.
done.
Like they're
Yeah.
not getting in because there's no other team besides Louisville ranked in the ACC. They can't play Louisville until the title game. So they're kind of in a spot like they have no room for error. Like some of these other teams could lose one game and still get in, but I don't think Florida State's one of those teams that can afford to lose one game and not like they're not going to get in. That's
Do
just
they
the.
play? Do they play Mac Brown? They play North Carolina.
I don't know. I know, but like
I
even
think they
North Carolina,
usually play.
which like North Carolina's not ranked anymore, but like they're still a scary team. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see it, but like I said earlier about Oregon, man, they're and they said it on the playoff committee. They're the scariest team in the nation right now. No one wants to play them. I don't care
Who?
who you are, Oregon. But not one team wants to play them after how they're playing right now, how they're rolling. Listen,
Michigan, Georgia, and Ohio State are not scared of Oregon.
they would be. Yes, they would.
No, they were not. They're not. Michigan is, hey, man, I don't know what's going on with this cheating thing, if that's going to affect them at all. But as far as pure talent, I mean, Michigan's
They're them, bro.
good.
They're them.
Ohio
They're good.
State is not
Yeah.
scared of Oregon.
Listen, Oregon, if as long as they don't slip up, which for the UT people, I hope they do, because if UT wins out, they're going to need that Pac-12 to eat itself alive. And that starts this weekend when USC takes down Washington. And then you have Oregon beat Washington in the Pac-12 title game. Neither one gets in. So, because Oregon, you would also need them to lose another game during the regular season as well to be a two-loss Pac-12 champion Oregon Ducks. So we'll see how that goes. These next couple of weeks are gonna be interesting because finally all these teams are gonna start playing each other. They're not playing the baby walks in their conference. They're not playing their shitty non-conference. Like Georgia's got a tough 3 weeks. 3 weeks in a row. Like they're finally about to play some teams. Michigan's about to start finally playing some teams. So we're gonna see if those dudes are really what they are. So with that being said, how are we feeling? I know we'll see our game takes later. What are we feeling about the Oklahoma State and OU game, Bedlam matchup? I think Oklahoma State, if they win, they're in the big. They're going to make the Big 12 title. The rest of their schedule is so like they play the bottom teams in the Big 12. And if they win this game this weekend, they're going to the Big 12 championship. Like
I like them. I like them over OU. I like Oklahoma State. I think, the mullet, he finds his quarterback and just makes it happen. And it's at, Stillwater. So that's going to be a crazy game. Is it a night game?
Yeah, I was about to ask what time that game is.
2:30.
Oh, that's a little bit better for OU's sake.
But the one thing that's different though for OU this year is, Mike Gundy always spends his time like for that Texas matchup. He ain't had to do any of that this year. Like it's been full OU. So he's not having to split 50-50, 60-40 for those matchups. Like it's 100% OU.
He wants to beat them because he's
last
been
year,
shit for
last
2 years.
last year for it, more than likely for a while, kind of like Texas and A&M. Like you want that last dub. You want to have those last bragging rights, and they're rolling right now.
Is your linebacker out?
They said that Stutzman's going to be game time. If he plays, I don't think he's going to be much worth, honestly.
I like Oklahoma State, but I think OU got so embarrassed last week. I don't see him losing. I really don't.
Which we'll see later in the picks. I think Oklahoma State's going to win, but for OU's sake, like you said, like if they're actually a real team, like
they're going to bounce back.
How they were, like
punch in the face.
Exactly. But if not, if they lose, like who knows? They could drop another at BYU or some random shit, or at home against West Virginia next weekend. So that could be. It's a big game for both those teams. Obviously, the whole Big 12. Like you got that game, you got Texas K-State, and then you got Kansas Iowa State. Like those are your top teams right now in the Big 12 standings, all right there, and you're not making the conference championship game with 2 losses. So it's a big week in the Big 12, but I'm pumped because coming up soon, here in a little bit, we're bringing on our next interviewee, Trey King. We hope y'all enjoyed last week's with Beck. It was a good one with Beck
Beck's a good
last
man,
week.
man. He's
Oh yeah,
a good guy.
he's a good kid, man. I love Beck.
Trey's another one, which we'll get to him here shortly. But he's another guy graduated with Beck,
Same graduating class. Yep.
same graduating class, straight dog on the football field for sure. So with that being said, any last things? You got score prediction for the Texas K-State game before we bring him on here in a couple minutes?
I got Texas by a touchdown at home.
27-24 Texas.
You don't. I thought you had Texas covering though.
It is. It's 4.
27-24 is 3.
Yeah.
So that means Texas wouldn't cover. They're giving 4 points.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, then fucking 22-27, motherfucker.
Yeah. But they're going to get to the 30s. They're not losing that streak. I got 35-24. Double digits. But up next, we got Trey King. Pumped up for this. Here we go. All right. Joining us now is current Trinity football player, past Round Rock High School Dragon, Trey King. A little bit about Trey. 2022 D3Football.com all-region first team, as well as 2-time all SAA, and then also was 2021 and 2022 SSA champion. How you doing, Trey?
Good, man. Blessed and highly favored. Happy to get on the podcast and talk ball with some old friends, of course. Got a lot of love for y'all boys and y'all's family, so let's get it on the road.
Oh yeah, man.
And I also saw you were like all academic and all that, man. Congratulations on that. That's a big deal.
Oh, snap. Am I frozen? I don't want to mess up the flow of the podcast. I think I'm frozen.
You back?
You're good now.
There we go.
You're good.
Okay. Yes, sir, I was. My dad always used to tell me, can't play no ball without the books, so got to make sure those are always taken care of.
Definitely.
There you
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, we can get right into it real quick, just for everyone watching. Can you just share a little bit about your football journey from high school now to at Trinity?
Yeah, so I graduated Round Rock High School in 2020, the infamous COVID year, and I had some Ivy League offers and a few other D3s and some opportunities to walk on. And I had originally committed to Columbia University, the Ivy League school, around Christmas time. And then that's when the whole pandemic started to jump off. So things got a little bit complicated and dicey for me. And I kind of ended up pivoting about 80 miles down the road just so I could be close to my family in like a difficult time that everybody was going through instead of being 1,000 miles away. And honestly, it was probably the best decision that I ever made because I've got to win a lot of championships and play a lot of ball and be on some big stages against some really good competitors. So I'm really blessed to have the opportunity to keep playing football.
Awesome, man. Cool.
Yeah, that was kind of one of my questions. What other, offer did you have at a high school? But yeah, Columbia, that's a great school that I had a buddy that went there out of high school. But so when you made that decision, was that the only reason really you didn't, leave because it was COVID and all that kind of stuff? Or
Well, ultimately what it came down to, so I'm sure Kay can attest to this, but when you're getting recruited, you're kind of trusting somebody that you've never met before to, kind of watch out for you where you're away from home. And I just kind of felt like Coach Urban and his staff kind of really took me in because even when I had committed to Columbia, coaches can, pressure you and kind of tell you like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But I committed and they were just kind of like, we're happy for you. Like if you change your mind, let us know. And then we had talked about like opportunities past college. And my coach actually played in the NFL for 11 years. And then my position coach, Marcus Coleman, played for about 13 years. So a lot of experience on that staff and just a lot of loyalty. And that's something that I value a lot, not only on football, but just life, of course, because, you know, the people you're around often make the place that you're at. So that was really important to me. So that was probably the biggest deciding factor in it all.
Freaking Trey King, baby. DB to DB, man. Here you go. Since you're a DB, I know you got a trash talking story. So what's the best trash talking moment? Because I know you got one. I know how you are. I know you got one. And what did that lead to? So let's hear it.
So I think the best trash talking moment that I've probably ever had was we were playing a school called Birmingham Southern in Alabama for the conference championship, and we were up by a touchdown. They had went down and scored, and it was their alumni weekend homecoming type thing. So they had a bunch of people in the end zone talking crazy, like just saying outlandish things to me. So they end up scoring, and they go for 2 to try and win the game. And I end up, they ran a little a pick play on the 2-yard line. He comes in, runs a slant, and the other dude's running the out route to try and get us all confused and out of alignment. And I end up fighting around it and then diving and breaking up the pass. We win the game, and I kind of just walk over there. I don't know, I'm gonna keep it PG, but I said a few choice words to all their alumni and students. And that was actually the first time that we had won conference in about 7 years, and that the first time we made the playoffs in 9 years. So that was probably my best moment. But honestly, I've kind of mellowed out on that as I've gotten older because it kind of takes you out of your game. But, you know, I don't start nothing. I just try to finish.
There you go.
Finish.
I saw that your degree is in communications and tech sales. What are your plans after college if, you know, going on and playing doesn't work out?
So as of right now, I just interned at Dell actually this past summer. And I kind of ended up choosing a major in communications because I thought for a while I wanted to be a sports reporter, but now I'm kind of pivoting into something more sports related, of course. I'm hoping to train athletes and open up a gym within like the next 5 years and kind of give back to my community with one of my friends from back home and try to start something and get it going and just try to empower those people or try to empower the younger community the same way that a lot of the people have for me coming up. So I think personal training and just athlete development is something that I'm looking to get into for the most part.
Nice.
That's awesome. Hey, sports talk. May just have to bring you on the pod a little bit more for that sports talk right there.
Oh, I love talking ball, bro. Like I can do it for hours.
Hell yeah. But with that being said, this year, obviously y'all having a good year. What's like your typical game day routine or like superstitions you kind of follow before that big matchup you got?
So something I like to do, obviously I'm always watching film, but I'm a big vision caster. So the night before, I kind of just sit back, relax, and envision myself making a big play or something and just going over everything in my head that I've seen through the week. And then game day, I try to be loose, but I don't really talk to a lot of people. I kind of just put my headphones on and try to get in that zone. And then once I'm out there, I mean, y'all know how it is on the football field. I'm kind of just in a different state of mind, like I'm floating and everything's just coming to me and I'm out there chilling because football feels where I'm the happiest, but I don't have anything crazy or any superstitions. Yeah, no, I kind of just do the regular, kind of just line up and go. But
Yeah.
I don't have like baseball. I don't have like a rally towel or anything like that.
Well, what's the songs? What's the music right now that gets you going?
Man, it's Meek Mill or NBA Youngboy always. That's in the main rotation. And then I was actually I found myself listening to Cage the Elephant before a game the other day. I don't really know why, but it was hitting. But that was something that popped in there. But usually I'm always listening to rap music and then maybe some old R&B, depending on if I'm trying to calm myself down or not. Like Luther Vandross, like some real old stuff, like from the 80s.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now tell us about your great season so far and what you hope to see y'all do here in the next couple of weeks.
Man, so it has been a very fun season up to this point. We started the season in Minnesota, played a school called St. John's. The starting guard for the Jaguars actually went there, and they have a tight end who's probably going to end up getting drafted. It was about 15,000 people there, which is a really good crowd for a small college football game. We were up 31-10, ended up losing that game, and then we're on a hot streak right now. We haven't lost since then, and we're number 5 in the country. Looking real good for us to clinch a playoff berth for the 3rd year straight. And honestly, I mean, everybody's goal here is just natty or nothing, because we're a team full of seniors and 5th years, and we're just trying to put it all on the table. And just, most of the people up north, those are the dudes that are always in the championship, because the structure up there is a little different. It's not like Texas, where we have we have Texas State, UTSA, multitude of colleges, but up there, there's only for every Minnesota and Ohio school, there's only 3 D1. So if you're not going to any of those, you're going to their D3s like Mount Union, where Pierre Garcon went, and just other schools like that. So we're just really trying to go up there and give them a run for their money and win it all. Because, I mean, a lot of people in this program have put in a lot of work, and we've kind of rejuvenated the program and brought it back to life. And fun fact is the national championship is in Salem, Virginia, and the last time Trinity made to the national championship, it was in 2001 in Salem, Virginia versus Mount Union.
Wow.
And we lost because the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Nick Sirianni, had 130 receiving yards. So everything's coming full circle. And
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's a wild stat there.
That's awesome. Well, obviously, you kind of just hit on it a little bit whenever it comes to D3 football, the players who have succeeded at the next level. Obviously, us football guys know, obviously me too, JUCO level, doesn't get as much hype as D1. Same thing when it comes to football. JUCO, D3 doesn't get that attention that it probably should. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you think people kind of say about D3 football, and then just the school itself?
So I would probably start with the most common misconception is that Division III kids can't play football, but majority of the time, obviously, there's a few kids that are, they're not good at football. But there's another part of it. There's a lot of D1 bounce backs. A lot of it is kids who are maybe 2 inches too short or 1/10 of a second too slow. So that's a really common misconception. But there was a kid who just made it onto the Titans 53-man roster from D3. There's another receiver on the Titans who actually played in my conference who's on the 53-man roster for the Titans. So there's a multitude of talent here at Division III. And then another common misconception I'd probably say is just the atmosphere of the games just isn't fun or isn't as, obviously it's not the same as a Saturday on DKR, but you go to some of those schools up north where you're in a small college town and that's the only college there and everybody's coming and it's getting shut down. And there was just a game this year with, I think, 22,000 people there. And I think people kind of overlook the experiences you get, and the coaching that you get is really good too. Also, a lot of coaches you see now in Division I play Division III football or started there. Example, I want to say Dabo Swinney played Division III football. Maybe Nick Saban did. And Matt Campbell, from the coach at Iowa State, played at Mount Union at a Division III school. So, and the head coach at Kansas State was the coach at Wisconsin Whitewater for a few years. So there's a lot of misconceptions, but all I like to tell people is man, come out here and line up versus the best of the best, because I mean, you can get God out here too. Nobody's safe. So I think that, the level of Division III football is definitely growing and it's getting a lot bigger. And I think people will start to respect it more. But the biggest thing is when you talk to people, I mean, if you can play, they'll find you.
For
so
sure.
if anybody's watching this podcast, man, just go wherever you're at and make the most of the impact of where you're at. And playing ball is really special. And I think just being on a team is something that, you can't find anywhere else. And that's why, I mean, I love D3 football regardless. I wouldn't have, ever known this if I didn't ever give it a shot. And I'll recommend it to anybody who feels like they're at a crossroads.
Definitely.
That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm a Cowboys guy, and I saw that Daryl Green is your uncle. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So, he used to break my heart when he was at Washington all the time. Now, how much did he help you with the cornerback position and playing in the secondary? Number one. And number two, legit, if y'all got in a race right now, who would win?
Well, he's about 60-ish,
Yeah,
50-ish.
I know, but he was fast. He was
um,
fast.
I mean, I'd probably beat him right now just because of how old he is, but no way I'm touching him in his prime.
Yeah.
Um, I would say from an advice standpoint, that's probably where he helped me the most. I mean, he's so busy right now. It's actually really hard to reach him unless you're at the family reunion. But as far as development, I would honestly say the person who helped me develop the most, because I didn't start playing defensive back till I was a sophomore in high school, and that was the first position I played when I got on varsity. I was a running back before that. As far as helping me develop to be a defensive back, Chris Vaughn. He used to be the defensive back coach at Texas, and now he's the scout for the Cowboys. You probably seen him on ESPN hugging
This
his son
is,
a lot.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he when he took the year off from coaching, he basically taught me how to play and how to read defenses, and he would, show me X's and O's and whatnot. And that was really what kind of jump started me with my development. And then my coach here, Marcus Coleman, 12-year vet, Texas Tech Hall of Fame, first pick in the expansion draft for the Houston Texans. He's probably what's helped me elevate my game the most, just spending so much time with him and just finding out little nuances of the game and how you can separate yourself in the secondary. But I mean, I could give a lot of people credit to where I am now, and I'm really blessed to have all those people.
Awesome. Got that. Got that tree of helpful people.
Yeah.
Got you in the place you are today. It's always important, especially in sports and football itself, as we all know. But I got a good one for you. Whenever it comes to it can be Round Rock or Trinity, or you can give us one of each. What's kind of your favorite football memory or like moment in your career so far?
Um, I can probably give you one of each. I would say, okay, my favorite memory in college so far. So last year again, we're playing Birmingham Southern, and we're down 24-21 with 20 seconds left. And I mean, we got to run a 2-minute, more like 20 seconds in this case. And we go throw a big dig over the middle. We're at the 50-yard line. Clock's running. We have no timeouts. Our All-American quarterback drops back, throws a wrap seam across the middle of the field, and we win as the time expires to repeat as conference champions. And I throw that one in there. It isn't anything that I did to help on that play, but just like the bond and the tears we shared after that game, fighting through everything was probably, the best experience I had. And then as far as high school, I would probably say my favorite moment was beating Cy Woods my junior year. It was 59-46.
Yeah, that game.
We ended up getting a stop at the end of the game to win. That was the first playoff game we had won in high school. And I think that was the first time in high school that, I really got to celebrate with my brothers that I had been grinding with. And that was probably one of the, if not the best moments that I had in high school.
See, I'm a big high school football fan, so I'm going to ask you another high school football question, okay? So I asked the same question to Beck last week, okay? Your senior year, okay? Y'all have to win one out of the last 4 games, right? Y'all come up short, right? What does that adversity feel like? A, and B, like how did that help you get more prepared for the next level, if at all?
At the time, funny story about that, when we ended up losing that last game, I was literally on a flight on my way to an official visit in Rhode Island. So I was I had that on my heart the whole time. But I think the biggest lesson I got from that was really just applying that all gas, no brakes mentality, because we were up in all of those games and just not getting complacent. And that was definitely just a bad way to end my high school football career. But that's something that, I'll take with me forever. And just looking back at it, I think that definitely made me stronger as an individual, because I mean, when you're 5-0 and you lose your last 4, it don't get much worse than that in terms of football. So
Right.
Oh, Well, real quick before we let you go, you're a UT fan, right? That's what I thought. What's your score? Obviously, we got three of them here. What's your score prediction for this weekend's matchup versus K State before you get out of here?
Malik playing quarterback again.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We need to make a statement, so I'm gonna say 35-7 Horns.
There we go.
Time out,
That's
time out,
what
time out, time out, time out. Wait. Where's the game at? Where's the game at?
Is that
At
UT?
At
Oh,
UT.
UT.
35-7. Jonathan Brooks, 150 rushing yards. 80
Like
Mitchell.
it, man.
80
I hope
Mitchell
so.
tugs.
I hope so.
Yeah, he was a little suspect in that first game, but I got a lot of faith in him. And
Sure.
as long as if they load that box up, just dudes on the outside got to make plays.
Yep, no doubt. Well, man, we appreciate you coming on, being our second guest. This is something we really look forward to, and we're going to keep doing every week. So any of those other Round Rock boys want to come on, make sure and let them know, hit us up. We'd love to have any of them on, but we appreciate you coming on, and maybe in the future may get you on just to come talk some ball. You love
Anytime,
so
man.
much, but we appreciate it, my guy.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, man. Good luck with
Thank
your
y'all for
season.
having me. Yes, sir.
Good luck.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. There it is. Trey King.
Impressive guy, man. He's impressive.
That's
Yep.
I mean, he was 1 year younger than me in high school. Obviously I didn't play football, but we were around, and he was a dude. I loved hanging out with Trey, and he was a great dude just outside of football, outside of high school. Just a great guy as a whole. So I was glad we were able to get him on this week, and hopefully wish the best for him the rest of the season. But with
They're
that
gonna
being
make a
said,
run. They're gonna make a run for the Natty.
They're good,
Yeah.
man. They're
Yeah.
good.
they are.
They beat Mary Hardin Baylor earlier in the year. I saw that. So that's a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah. So with that being said, usually the last couple of weeks we've been bringing on our guest picker of the week, but we're going to change it up this week a little bit. We're going to be bringing on Kobe. Should be joining us any minute now for Kobe's locks of the weekend, and he also wants to talk about his picks from last weekend, about his Houston Texans.
What did he do last weekend?
I think he lost one in each.
Got to hear
So,
this bullshit again.
I think 6-2. I think, but I'm sure he'll know. So he'll be bringing that when he comes on any minute now. But with that being said, what are y'all thinking about that Thursday night matchup we got going on right now before he joins with I don't know if y'all are watching it or you got it on, but the Titans, Will Levis, stud, by the way, stud.
Is he balling? I can't get Amazon in here.
Let me see what the score is. But without even looking at tonight's score, I'm just saying he's a dog.
Well, he had one game. Let's calm down. Let's
see.
He might have 4 picks right now.
13 minutes left in the second quarter. Steelers are up 7-3. Will Levis is 5 for 8 for 52 yards, but Derrick Henry 4 carries for 12 yards. So
not much. Had the ball much.
No, not much offense in that game.
Hand the ball off.
Kenny Pickett for the Steelers is playing though. 5 for 11, 62 yards. Trying to bounce back there. And obviously this week, like I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, we included our Thursday night picks just because with NFL and their bye weeks. So stay tuned later in the show for you can see who we picked for those Thursday night games. Who'd you have, big boy?
And the Titans. Ain't looking good.
I don't even know. I don't remember who I get.
But I was thinking.
Oh, I had the Titans too, of course.
I think that's who I had.
They're getting plus 2.5 though. Plus 2.5.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long game. Texas Tech is up.
Tech's up big. That line was weird. That line was Tech was -3.
What's the score?
20-7.
Yeah.
Damn.
Then the third just started.
No, bro,
it's literally
that bad. It's literally just because it's in Lubbock. I promise. I promise. It's a different. I was sitting here in my apartment and the freaking planes come by and my apartment freaking shook. It was crazy. I was like, yeah, well, I guess
That
it's
was cool in Oklahoma when that happened. That
yeah.
was
Here comes the king himself.
What's up, boys?
What up, man?
So
How you
So-
doing?
I'm doing good. How about y'all?
good, man.
Good?
Good to see you. Yeah.
Man,
Great to
it's
see
good.
you back on.
Boys. Hope y'all used all those picks.
No,
No.
no.
No,
did you,
no.
Coach?
We could be taking a family trip right now, dude, to freaking Spain. But no. Yeah,
But no.
I actually, it was the second straight weekend. I actually tailed a few of those picks. I hit on a player touchdown parlay. Actually, I put like 15. It was to win like 450 or something on 4 players, I think.
There
So
you go, Coach. There
You
you
hit
go.
it.
yeah.
Good job, man.
Thank you. But 7-1, yeah. 7-1 on my picks again. So that's the third straight
Well,
weekend.
Cade said 6-2, so
I couldn't remember if it was 6-2 or 7-1.
I'm pretty sure, man, it was 7-1. But
Either way, Coach, you're making money. Either
yeah,
way.
good job,
I
man.
think it was 6-2. I
Sharp.
think you missed OU and you missed the Texans.
Yeah, because OU was gonna win the national championship.
It sucked, yeah. Well,
But with that being,
sorry.
what do you got? I was just gonna say with their locks of the weekend right here, if you want to get into those and see if you got maybe an 8-0 this weekend, maybe.
Oh, I don't know, man. I really didn't like this slate so much. I feel like I say that every weekend though, and I'm just so hot right now. So honestly, I would tail all these picks.
Once again,
Yeah. So starting off, man, I don't think I've ever placed a bet against the Chiefs. Like I'm just scared to, but I'm taking the Dolphins here, man. +1. It's in. Is it in Germany?
Germany.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's in Germany, man. So I mean, it says the Chiefs are at home, but I mean they aren't at home there. But +1, man. To me, it should be. Well, I don't know. I mean, I personally would have that at like +3, but I like the Dolphins there a lot. Um, I think their offense is much better than the Chiefs' defense. And I think the Chiefs' offense is good, but there's just times that they struggle. And I think this is going to be one of those times. But yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins there. Might surprise some people, but um, I got the Vikings, man. +4. They're hot right now. I get the whole situation with the quarterback and all that.
backup QB.
That sucks. That sucks, man, because in the league that I'm in, where if you lose, you get a tattoo. Hurt was my quarterback, man, and he was just putting on a show, dude. He was like the sixth best dude. I got him
Damn.
like round 10. It was freaking crazy,
How are
man.
you
Yeah,
looking at in that league, Coach?
man. I started off 0-3, so I thought I was getting that ass tat.
Yeah.
But no, I'm 4-4 now, actually,
Okay.
man.
There you
I
go.
won 4 straight and then I just lost. So we're yeah. I just lost and I lost my QB, man. So it's I don't know. I don't think it's that hot for me right now. Yeah, I like the Vikings there. Here, let me check my notes on this game actually, because I like this one a lot. I don't know. I just think it's weird that there's a rookie quarterback. It's his first start, but I think he's like a 6th rounder, man. I've seen him play. He's a stud, but still, that +4 is a little strange to me. I'd expect it to be like 6.5, but I'll take the Vikings there, man. I'll take the Panthers. I think they win their second straight. I think they smack the Colts. I think that's at the Panthers, actually, man. And home dogs are just it's like a 60+%. So I'll take the Panthers there. And then the Patriots. I At first I wasn't sure if I wanted to take a bet on the Patriots. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna bet this game, but I don't know. I just always hear how bad their offense is and how trash they are as a team and stuff. But yet they're 3-point favorites. I don't know. I'll take the Pats there. As much as I hate them, but
This next one's crazy right here. This next one's crazy.
I
yeah,
like it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
it.
so.
I like
Man,
Clemson.
I think you're crazy with this next one, Cole,
I
but let's hear it.
see, but that's why I love picks like this. Like it's a 4-4 Clemson team who clearly isn't as good, and people are saying that they suck now, all this, and they've had a couple of losses that just look bad. Why are they only +3? Like that to me is it's either the books know something, either a player's hurt or there's something up because I get Clemson's at home, so that kind of helps there. But +3 for a trashy Clemson team with all that hate, I mean, I'll take that. I think Clemson wins that game,
All right.
and yeah, I I truly think that's a strange line there. Oklahoma State, another one that's weird. I forget who they played, man, but it was like the second game of the season or something. I watched Oklahoma State and I said, dude, what happened to this program? I thought they were awful. I
They
thought they,
sucked at the start of the year, but
right?
they're hot. And
I,
if they
I,
win, if they win this weekend, they're making the Big 12 championship game.
Gundy got his quarterback, man. That's all.
Oh,
man,
and the running back, he's leading the
wait a
nation in rushing yards
minute.
just over the last 5 games.
Is is the quarterback still his kid?
No,
Oh, wow. Hurt?
because he knows his kid ain't shit.
no,
Yeah, man. I saw him play. He
I think
sucked.
he might have graduated anyway.
No, I'm pretty sure he was playing
Was
no.
he?
this year. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure this new quarterback hasn't lost the game yet.
oh, sweet. Yeah, man. I'm taking Oklahoma State. Oklahoma's off of a loss there. Um,
You jinxed them, Cole.
I know, man.
That was bad.
I picked him to win outright.
I was just about to say, like,
Pretty funny to
that's
me.
yeah, that's a tough one there. I don't think OU's that good actually. I thought they were really good. I don't think that good. Um, yeah, I'll take State there. I feel like it'll be a really high scoring one. Might go to OT or something.
At Oklahoma State too.
Oh yeah, I'll for sure take State. Um, I mean, just a straight drive though. Like I drove through that state, and I was like, is this the whole state? It's just one fucking road that just goes straight to the worst
Yeah.
state ever. Um, Georgia -15.5. I like this one because Missouri to me just isn't a bad team. So why is that line so much? I mean, I understand it's Georgia, but it seems like it's a known thing now that when Georgia's a huge favorite, they usually shit the bed. Like I feel like that they're like 1-4 or 1-5 or 1-4 against the spread this year when they're like I don't know, but they
Good stats, man. I like those stats.
yeah
Good shit. Yeah.
I had it, but I don't know. Minus 15.5, man. I think Georgia stomps a mud. Is it at Georgia?
That Georgia.
Yeah. I think they've played kind of bad this year, but I think that right now is that time in the season when the really good teams start to ramp it up a little bit and start to just play really good and just smoke teams, man. And I think they will whoop that ass. And then the last pick here, man, I'm glad it's for sure the last one because it's my favorite pick.
This is big right here. I'm right here with you, Cole. I love
this
right
pick. It could be either really sharp or just a terrible pick, though. But
it's good.
Terrible
State
pick.
Because why is it? I'm
on the other side.
Line like that?
My lock is on the other side of that.
Why is it that Kansas is coming off one of the biggest wins in program history, stormed the field, threw the goalpost in the
lake?
Dude, I saw that. I was like, what the
shit?
Threw it in the lake, et cetera, and then they're dogs against
the line is minus against, 2.5
against the Cyclones.
It's crazy.
Come on now, man.
I was all over it.
I think State's scrappy, dude. I think, and I hate to say that because I hate State, but still, man, I think State's a pretty scrappy team, and I think they win this game there. It should not be.
It's a weird line.
Exactly. It's one of the weirdest lines, dude. It's a strange line. And isn't Kansas ranked and Iowa State's unranked too? Yeah. Man, shit, I'll take State all day there. And
I'm gonna lose money on that one.
I don't know about that one, man. But I got something that you can win money on. So this is my last pick here. There's a UFC card this weekend, and I think it's out of country, so it might start kind of early, but the main fight, it's Derek Lewis versus this new stud, man. His name's like Jalton Almeida or he's a monster. He's like 6'6", just ripped, right? Every fight, first round, either submission or knockout. Like, he's a monster. Lewis is a dude who's been fighting for a while. He's fought a lot of good people. I don't think he wins, but I love this prop, dude. I might put a hundo on it. Hopefully my girlfriend, she didn't just hear that, but he did. Through okay, well, might put.
I like it if you hit it, huh?
Might put she'll exactly. She'll like what's boys. I'm telling you, I love this prop. So, a fight like this usually is Almeida comes out, throws strikes, whatever, and then Lewis should get subbed in the first round. He should. That's why Almeida to win in round one is like minus 225. But Almeida to win in round two, which I'm implying that this fight gets out. Okay, if you can find a bet that is this fight gets out of the first round, take that bet. But Almeida, I think he wins still. But Almeida to win in round two is plus 285. And I'm telling you right now, he will not end the fight in round one because Lewis, his ground defense is much better than people think. And I don't see Almeida knocking Lewis out. I could see Lewis sleeping him, but I doubt that happens. If he wins, Almeida wins
it
on
won't
the
be
ground.
Round one.
What is Lewis to win?
Lewis is like plus 400 maybe or
Was
plus
it that much?
Yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, this kid he's fighting, he's a stud. He's a freak, but he won't win in the first round. I guarantee it.
Love Derek Lewis, though,
There
man.
it is.
I love Lewis. Scrappy, man. Scrappy.
Kobe's lock of the weekend right there.
Follow him. Let's get it.
Yep.
Follow him.
I might go 7-1 3 straight weekends. This might be the weekend, boys.
All right. Well,
This might be the week.
let's do it. But we're gonna have to cut you off short. We got our guest picker about to join us, but we appreciate you tuning in.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck to them Texans this weekend.
Here you
See you
go. Go
guys.
Texans, baby.
See y'all soon, man. Bye.
All right, that's Kobe's locks of the weekend. Coming up next, we got Rocky, Mr. Texas A&M, Texas Ranger, coming
Well,
on
I'm
for
waiting
guest
for him.
picker. All right, there's
Yes,
the
sir.
man, Rocky.
Rocky,
Yeah. What's happening?
let's
Lock
go.
Performance training.
I see it.
Give him the shout out. Give him the shout out.
Cool.
I've
How
been
we
waiting for
doing?
you, Rock. I've been waiting
Rock?
for you.
Yeah, I'm ready. Hey, first off, I need to ask you, what concert did you diss me for last week?
I went to the Parker McCollum concert.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I saw him at Red Rock, so you're good, bro. I'll give you
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's the go. He's the go.
Hell yeah. But we heard from the grapevine that you're in old New York City right now.
I am, baby. I'm like 500 feet from Times Square. So as soon as I get done here, I'm gonna go rip that place up.
There you
Hey,
go.
got to.
I got to celebrate a World Series championship, man.
Exactly.
Rocking the Rangers
The
already.
Texas Rangers.
How about that?
Childhood dreams for you right there.
How about that, man? Never thought I'd see it ever.
That's big time. But hey, we're glad you're joining us this week for these picks.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, we've had a guest picker every week. Our NCAA record is held by no other than Jinx at 12-3.
Oh my God. All
and
right.
then our NFL record is held by Kobe at 11-4. So those are what you're trying to beat. If you're able to beat
Okay.
those, whoever has the highest score at the end of the season is going to be able to come on for us with a full podcast. So
All right.
that's what you're going for. We're going to start off with your college picks, and they're going to be coming up right now.
Okay.
And we're going to start off on that top left, and we'll just work our way down. So we got K-State
Got it.
+4 at UT.
All right. So this game, man, like I don't know what it is with K-State, but it seems like, you guys struggle with these guys, even though y'all beaten them the last few years. It's always a tight game. But I always think, man, home field means a lot more in the college game than it does in NFL. I think Malik is the truth. And I think the difference is that Texas defense, man, like y'all, it seems like I hadn't watched a lot, but it just seems like that defense is playing a lot better than it has in the past. Give me Texas, and I mean, I think they cover, man. I think they win by 10, 14 points. So give me Texas with the cover there.
Love it. All right. We told the people before you came on, big Aggie. Obviously,
Yes.
they've had their ups and downs this year, but you got A&M only getting +3 going to number 10, Ole Miss. What do you got there?
No shot. We have zero chance. Jimbo has to go. I'm over him, man. I'm over him. I mean, the offense is the most boring offense in America. I mean, Petrino is, what is he, like 90 now? So I don't even think he can see the field. I don't even know what they're calling. The defense is loaded. I mean, defensive line full of 5 stars. Excuse me. But I don't believe in the offense, man. We're not going to be able to score with Ole Miss. So Ole Miss is going to cover, Kiffin all the way with this one.
Rock,
All
I
right.
know you're that head sponsor. You need to go take charge and get Jimbo out of there.
Hey, you know what? There's a coach that I'm all about that's down in San Marcos right now.
Wow.
Hear me out, man.
He's good, man. He's legit.
GJ, go throw him
DJ.
some money. Go throw him some money and bring him up to Aggie land and bring that offense with him.
There you go.
Hey, him or Jeff Traylor. They wouldn't be two bad options right there.
Traylor, Washington's coach, you could probably get him
Yeah.
away from there with some money.
Yeah.
Throw some of that donor money. But yeah, Jimbo, fuck that guy. He's done. I'm done with him.
Yeah, share some of that recruit money and give it to the head coach instead of giving it to all the players.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. With that being said, we got Notre Dame -3 against Clemson.
I mean, it seems like Dabo's kind of, I don't know what's going on over there, man. He's yelling at kids on the phone and this little radio show. Like Dabo's pissed off right now. I don't know what's going on. Notre Dame seems like they've been, pretty loaded up. Hartman, the QB there, I think he's the truth. I think they go into Clemson, Death Valley over there. I think they come away with it. I think Clemson will probably give them a run. So, I don't know about the points there or the spread, but Notre Dame for sure is going to come out there with the dub. So kind of a pick on me on the spread.
Yep. All right. Then we got Arkansas +6 at Florida.
Complete toss up here. I mean, who knows? Again, I'm going to go back to the home field advantage with college football. The Hogs are going into the swamp. The swamp's never an easy place to play, no matter how good Florida is. It seems like, that place gets rocking, man. I would do anything to be able to catch a live game there. I do think Arkansas covers, but I think Florida wins it. Close game. Give me Florida by 3.
All right. We got Arizona State +11 against Utah.
I know absolutely nothing about Arizona State. I know they've been kind of bad, I think, the last couple of years. Utah started off hot. They ran into some buzzsaws up there in the Pac-12. I think that Utah puts up a lot of points right here. I do think they cover. Give me Utah, with the cover there.
Perfect. All right. Then we got big SEC matchup. Missouri
big
+15.5 against Georgia.
I think this is a shootout, man. I don't know what the over-under is. It's got to be 60 maybe or 65, something like that. I do think Mizzou puts up points against Georgia. It seems like Georgia's defense has given up a little bit. Some points to a couple of teams this year. Are they still without their tight end? Is Bauer still out?
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I think when it comes down to it, Georgia probably outscores them. I do think Georgia's defense can make a lot more plays than Mizzou. I think I've kind of seen where Mizzou's given up, some points to some teams. So I think Mizzou covers. I mean, give them, 10, but I think Georgia's got the dub on this one. It's a shootout, though, for sure.
All right.
So, bet the over on that game.
So we got OU -6 versus Oklahoma State.
Another tough one here.
Really tough. But again, man, I'm going to touch on the home field. What is this called? The Bedlam series or something like that? OU, I don't know, man. I'm not a big believer in them. And rivalry game, going into Oklahoma State, I think Oklahoma State walks away with it. This is another tight one. I mean, I think it's probably going to be, 3 points, coming down to the end of the game. But Oklahoma State, home team, they got this one this year.
All right. And you got Penn State -10 versus Maryland.
I think Penn State goes in there. I think they cover. I think Penn State's, they're definitely top 10, top 15 program. Defense is stout there. Maryland, I don't know a lot about them, so I'm just going to go with the bigger program here. Penn State covers it. They go in and do work.
Love it. All right, we got Virginia Tech +9.5 versus Louisville.
Louisville's good, man. I think people sleep on them every year. I think they show up and, they're kind of stuck in not the big name conference or the super conferences that they're all putting together now. But Louisville's a good program, man. They've been solid for a long time. Virginia Tech, I don't know a lot about them. It doesn't look like Vegas is giving them much of a chance with it, but I'll go Louisville at home. They covered this too as well.
All right. We got Kansas, ranked Kansas plus 2.5 versus
This
unranked
is a
Iowa
weird
State.
line.
This is a tricky one, man, because Iowa State balls when they're at home. I mean, they can be like, 3-8 on the year, but if you that's a tough place to go into and try to win a game, man. I think Texas has had trouble with them going in there in the past. There's been other schools go in there so Kansas, I think they're kind of Jekyll and Hyde. They show up one week and they'll play good and then they'll shit the bed the next. I like I said, Iowa State's a tough place to play. I'm gonna go with Iowa State on this one, man. Upset. They cover obviously the 2.5 there. Give me Iowa State, baby.
I like it. All right, you got number 5 Washington minus 3.5 versus either the hot or cold USC team.
Cold. This is another shootout, though. I mean, you're betting the over on this one. This could be a 48 to 50 game, something like that. Like, Riley's going to put up points. Caleb Williams is going to put up. Penix out there is going to toss it all over the place because Lincoln Riley has no clue what he's doing on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know what he recruits on that side of the ball. Shootout. Washington's going to go in, though, and do work. Man, those receivers are, probably top 2, top 3 receiving core in the country. Penix is going to go toe-to-toe with Caleb, but I think at the end of the day, Washington's a better overall team, definitely a better defense. Washington right here, man.
All right. We got college game day. We got LSU plus 3 at Alabama.
Game of the week. I went back and forth on this, man. I honestly did. Daniels at LSU is a fucking dog, dude. That dude balls out. But again, man, the home field, going into Tuscaloosa, obviously it's impossible to win there. I don't know about Bama's QB. I'm not completely sold on him, but I do think he can make enough plays. But I think this is what you're looking at defenses here too, right? And I probably trust Bama's D over LSU's D. Bama probably wins it. I'm gonna go with Bama, and I think they cover 3 there for sure.
All right. Then we got Miami minus 4.5 versus NC State.
If it's Miami against A&M, that Miami, give me those guys, the Canes. I'm going to go with the U, man. I don't know a lot about NC State. I haven't really heard a lot about them. I mean, obviously I saw Miami, put it on us, earlier in the year. They put up like 48, 50. They got athletes down there, obviously. So, give me Miami going in. They cover this. I think they win kind of big, honestly. I think they win by 10, 14 points here.
All right. We got Oregon State minus 13.5 versus Colorado.
I'm tempted to go with Dion on this just because they're in Boulder, but I'm not sold on that bus defense. I mean, it's almost like a USC kind of thing there. They're going to put up points. Sanders is going to do his thing. Sanders, if he can stay on his feet, I mean, that offensive line is absolutely brutal. That kid gets hit way too much. I'd be real surprised if that dude makes it through the year. So I think Oregon State goes in. They're pretty talented, man. They got a good squad up there. They're going to go in. It's going to be a close game because it's in Boulder. Colorado's going to cover that for sure. It's going to be a close one, but Oregon State's going to come out with the dub.
Like it. Last college game, we got UCLA minus 3 versus Arizona.
Is Arizona good? Like, I don't know a lot about them, but like
they just play all those teams close. Like they played all the big Pac-12 teams close. Had a big win last week.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think UCLA is just more talented overall. They've got, you know, I think across the board, top to bottom, offense, defense, they probably have more athletes, better athletes. UCLA goes in, they get it done.
All right. That is the college picks. Now, with that being said, we're going to throw up these NFL and roll through these NFL ones. Let's see what you got with these real quick. All right. We got Titans plus 2.5 versus the Steelers.
What's the score of that game right now? I don't know.
So that's going on. I have no clue. But
it's tied 10-10 at half.
19-10?
Going into half.
10-10. Rocky told me who he had. Rocky told me who he had the other day. Who'd you end up taking?
I think I said Steelers with the cover, right?
Yeah.
Is that what I said?
That's right. So Rock's on the Steelers.
Yeah, these Thursday night games suck every week. I don't know why NFL keeps putting these lame ass teams out there. These games suck. These players don't want to play on Thursday night, so snooze fest. Yeah, Steelers win it.
All right, then starting with NFL Sunday, we got Dolphins plus 2.5 versus the Chiefs.
Yeah, over in like London or Germany somewhere, right?
Germany,
like over there like Sunday morning. This is gonna be a hell of a game, man. This would be one that I wish was like, a Sunday night or Monday night game. It's gonna be tough to wake up that early and watch this, but I think the Dolphins pull this thing out, man. I think Tua, Tyreek, Mostert. I mean, those guys, the fastest guys in the league. The Chiefs, I just don't believe in that receiving core. I mean, Kelsey's the truth, obviously, but they need some more help on the outside, man. Those guys they're not doing their job, and I think Tua gets Mahomes on this one, man. Later in the year, playoff stuff, probably Mahomes. But tomorrow or Sunday, give me the Dolphins. Yeah, dub on that one.
All right, Dolphins it is. Rolling on to the next one. We're gonna hit our next segment here, so we'll kind of go fast on these next ones.
Yeah.
We got the Seahawks plus 5.5 versus the Ravens. So you got.
This might be the best game of the weekend, honestly, man. Seahawks are good. Ravens are balling right now, but at home, Ravens, Lamar's on fire. That offense is the truth. Give me Lamar.
Love it. All right, we got Cardinals plus 8 versus the Browns.
Browns all the way at home. The defense is stout. Yeah, Myles Garrett, baby, Texas A&M Aggie right there. He's gonna do work. He's gonna do work. Give me Browns.
All right, we got the Bucks minus 2.5 versus the Texans.
Give me the Texans, man. CJ Stroud, dude, he's good. Baker over there, Baker's Baker. He shows up 1 week and then he disappears for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, Texans defense looks pretty good under D'Amico out there. He's got something building there, so give me the Texans.
All right, love it. We got the Bears plus 7.5 at the Saints.
Bears are a shit show. Saints get it done at home. Derek Carr, yeah, they cover that too. I think they blow out the Bears.
Love it. All right, we got Vikings plus 5 versus the Falcons.
I mean, Cousins, man, that's a death blow to Minnesota. I know they went, traded for Dobbs, but Falcons. I think they go away with this one. Whoever Minnesota's going to put back there to toss it around. I mean, I think Jetta's still out too, so Falcons are going to come away with this one, no doubt.
Love it. All right, we got the Rams plus 3 versus the Packers.
Packers, another shit show team right now. Jordan Love just not getting it done. The Rams, I don't know what Stafford's status is with the thumb, but more weapons on that side. Puka, that kid's unreal. Cup, obviously. Rams over Pack for sure.
All right, we got the Commanders plus 3.5 versus the Patriots.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Commanders here, man. That Hal kid, lit up Philly for almost 400, wasn't it last week or something like that? I think he goes in. I think they can toss it around on that defense. Mac Jones is. I don't know what's going on with that offense up there. Give me the Commanders on this one for sure.
All right. Next up, we got the Colts -2.5 at the Panthers.
I'm gonna go with the Panthers on this one, man. I think the Panthers at home. That Bama QB that's there now, Bryce. I think he's obviously made rookie mistakes, but at home, I think they get it done. I still think that defense is pretty good. Give me Carolina for sure.
Awesome. All right, we got the New York Giants +1.5 versus the Raiders.
I think that's another snooze fest, boring ass game. Both teams' offenses suck. I don't know what the Raiders are gonna look like now with getting rid of Daniels, and we'll see whatever that brings about. But I think the Giants go in and win. I think they just got they got Saquon, obviously. I think they just made more plays. I think the defenses are stout, but I think the Giants defense is just a little bit better. Give me New York.
All right, then we got your Cowboys +3 at the Eagles.
We them boys, baby. Blowout City. We're going in to do fucking work. Dak is going off. Mike is going to eat Hurts up. He's got the bum knee. He cannot escape any of those guys. We're going to blitz the shit out of him, hopefully. Cowboys by 1 million.
All right. Heard it here first. Now we got the Bills +2.5 versus the Bengals.
I think if you're looking at both of these teams right now, Bengals are trending up. Bills are kind of like in a stalwart right now. Like you just don't ever know with those guys, man. Bengals started slow, but this is what they do, man. They get on these rolls towards like this time of year and into the playoffs. At Cincinnati, tough place to play. Bengals right here.
Awesome. All right, then the Monday night game, we got the Chargers -3 versus the Jets.
I'm gonna go with Chargers. I know the Jets D is legit, but I don't believe in Zach Wilson. I don't believe in that offense quite yet. I do think Kellen Moore can toss it around on that defense, though. Herbert's probably gonna throw it 55 times, and so I think if Kellen Moore calls a decent enough game, I think the Chargers go in and do it.
Love it. Well,
There you go.
Yeah.
That is the
Rock.
pick. Specialized by Rocky. We'll see if he's going to take that lead. Hopefully, the Aggies maybe turn it around for you this weekend, surprise you a little bit. Cowboys
no
too.
shot.
But we appreciate you coming on, man.
Of course, man. Anytime.
Best in the business.
Best in the business right here.
Yeah,
Maybe,
you guys.
Maybe future Texas A&M strength coordinator. Give them the job. Maybe get those A&M
Might turn that
players
program
to play.
around, right?
No shit.
I'm good, man. I'll stay in Round Rock, Texas, baby. I like where I'm at, and I like my athletes, so I'm in a good spot. I'm staying home.
There you go. Well, we appreciate you coming on. Enjoy New York.
For sure.
Appreciate it, my man.
All right, love you guys, man. We'll see you soon, all right?
There we go.
Yes, sir.
All right, take care, Belly. We'll see y'all, man.
All right, that is Rocky, the guest picker of the week. We'll see how his picks do.
He gave you some good insight on those.
Yep.
He's a football guy.
You pretty good right there.
Yeah. I like the picks, but with that being said, we're gonna roll over to Big Boy's favorite segment. How many Longhorns in NFL you got for us this week?
We got a couple here. We're gonna start off with old Dicker the kicker. He was 3 for 3 for field goals, long at 53, 3 for 3 for PATs. So he had a good game, 100%. Another special teams guy, Michael Dixon. He had 5 punts, averaged 44.8, 2 inside the 20, and a long of 67. So he had a good day punting. Had a safety combo here with Deshaun Elliott and Brandon Jones for the Dolphins. Deshaun had 6 tackles and pass defended, 4 solo, and Brandon Jones had 7 tackles, 4 solo with 1 pass defended. So little safety combo out of Texas there.
There you go.
And again, like last week, I don't agree with his off the field, but Charles Omenihu had 5 tackles, 3 solo, a half sack, and a QB hurry. He's doing pretty good. So
Hell yeah.
that's my Longhorns this week.
Longhorns in the NFL. Well, with that being said, we're gonna, just like last week, show y'all our graphic of our picks, and we're gonna give you one lock. We got 1 lock per each one. Coop, who's your 1 lock? And then we'll go big boy.
I had 2. I had 2 locks, but I'm gonna definitely go with I don't know which one I want for my lock. I'm gonna go Ole Miss -3 against A&M at home. I think A&M's offense is awful. Yeah. And then my special lock here, I'm taking Notre Dame. I think Clemson is awful. I think Dabo's freaking treating his players like crap. So I'm gonna take Notre Dame. Those are my 2 locks for the college this week.
All right. Big boy.
My lock is Oklahoma State. I've said it since last week. And I got to throw a little teaser in there since he's doing it. I like Kansas in 2.5 points.
That's a good one.
And no one else does, so I like that. I like that all of y'all are saying no, because
Yeah.
that means
I don't know. That's a line. That line's weird. I would stay away from that one, but that's a weird line.
that's you,
Yeah,
That's you.
we'll see.
Well,
see.
last week my lock was the Horns. That hit. So we're gonna keep the Horns this week as the lock. 4 points. They're gonna win by 10-14. Another dub for Malik and the Horns at home. And my main lock, the USC Trojans against Washington.
Crazy.
Lincoln,
That's awful. Do
Lincoln
not
Riley,
listen to that.
Lincoln Riley and that defense has been getting ready all year for this game. And them in Oregon, that's all they care about. And you're going to see it this weekend when they come in and beat Washington. I'm telling you right now, they're going to come in,
Stop it.
walk into Washington,
Stop it.
and take that dub.
And give up 63. So
Yeah,
Right.
Michael
They
Penix
may-
is going to be back for the Heisman.
They may, but they may score 70. So
They might, yeah.
all right, and then NFL, Coop, who you got as your lock?
I'm gonna take my Texans at home +2.5 against the Bucks. Now that's gonna be my 1 lock for the NFL here.
He took mine. That was my lock. I like that was my number 1 lock. So
Yeah, I like that one.
I like the Chargers too.
Yeah, I like Miami as well. I know it's in Germany, so it's kind of hard to tell those games. I just think, they kind of been in that little slow spout, but I think they're really going to turn it up against the Chiefs. So I'd either go Miami, or I'm big on your boys this week. So I'm gonna go both your teams this weekend as my locks. So.
Hey, also watch out for those Seahawks, man. They might end up winning that division. So
They could, yeah. They very well could, especially if Gino keeps slinging it. That's
defenses.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're obviously Pete Carroll. I mean, he's been around, so he knows what he's doing up there. He knows what he's doing up there in Seattle. But with that being said, before we wrap this up here in a couple of minutes, I want to talk about some NFL action. Obviously, we got the Titans playing right now. I mentioned it earlier. Will Levis with the Titans, I think it's going to be dangerous. Yeah, it's 1 week. But I think they found their long-term quarterback. I don't see a thing for Tannehill coming back. But, who really brought it on last week, I think it's the Bengals and Joe Burrow. What are we thinking on them?
Yeah, I'm reconsidering my Bills pick. I think on Sunday I might actually put my money on the Bengals. Um, but so when it matters, but I don't know. I was thinking that. I look back, I was like, I picked the Bills. I don't know if I like that, but Joey B, man, once
He's
he
hot.
he he
He's
catches
hot.
fire, man, he's something to contend with if he can get that momentum going.
Yeah, I mean
Yes,
that's the last thing they needed. The NFL was to let the Bengals figure it out. I mean, everyone knew they would eventually, or they're hoping they would at least. But with the Bengals hot, Joe Burrow dirty. I mean, you saw what they did to San Fran's D last week. They made him go out and trade for Chase Young. Kind of just expose that defense in a way,
Yeah.
and sent the 49ers into a, like Nick Bosa said, a bad a bye week that they wish that they didn't have right now. So I think the Bengals for real again, and they're just going to keep chugging away. Joe Burrow's going to keep getting back to himself, getting Jamar Chase that ball. Like he said, he's always open, like 7-Eleven, baby. So
And the Eagles got an all-pro safety, and the Cowboys, they fucking Jerry said, "Hey, if you're interested in trading somebody, give me a call." Like, what are we doing?
I
And
know.
Aaron Donald literally said, "Hey, come get me." Supposedly, go get him. I mean, go get him. How much do you want? Where's the checkbook?
Yep.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
no, of course they didn't do anything. Like I said, they're not going to do nothing before the deadline.
no. Well, I mean, I was talking last night. Obviously, Texas Rangers, World Series champions. Prop to them on that year. Bounced back after 2 years ago. You know, Jerry's sick. Jerry is sick to his stomach that the Rangers brought back a championship before the Dallas Cowboys did. And with how bad the Rangers were 2 years ago and so on, last 10 years, they brought a championship back in a four major sport before the Dallas Cowboys. You know, Jerry Jones is sick. He's sick. And the fact that he didn't make a move is crazy. Maybe he thinks the Cowboys is back. Maybe he thinks they're back. Maybe he's got that faith in them after that game against the Rams.
And there's nothing wrong with thinking they're back, but there's nothing wrong with getting somebody that will literally put you over the top.
Can you imagine that D line? Like actually, like if you
Aaron
actually
Donald
sat down and think
Parsons
about
on
it,
the same line, dude. Come on, bro. Who you gonna
that
block?
would be crazy.
Well, I mean, that's like San Fran's line now. I mean, you got Joey Bosa and Chase Young on the outsides. Like, come on.
You
I
can't
mean,
double
The
team both of
Eagles
them.
line too. The Eagles
Oh
line
yeah.
is
I mean,
ridiculous.
we'll see. I mean, I got the Cowboys winning this weekend against the Eagles. I think just hot hands going to stay. Jalen Hurts not fully healthy. Eagles offense hasn't been great. Cowboys defense should be able to keep that game close enough for Dak and the offense to pull it out in the end. I think we'll see. Obviously, hopefully, if they don't go in there and just get their brakes blown out, Jerry's like, "Damn, maybe we should have traded for somebody." But we'll see. Real quick, too, the Oakland Raiders, as we all know, fire their head coach, fire their GM.
It's freaking
Didn't want to trade.
awful.
Didn't want to trade for Devontae Adams. Feel bad
Yeah,
for the dude.
poor my fantasy team actually. Poor
Feel
my fantasy team.
feel
Freaking
bad for him.
Devontae.
Feel bad for Max Crosby, Hunter Renfro. They all wanted out. They said nope. But don't the owner's trying to show the players that he's on their side. Clean house. Interim head coach, past player. I think they're honestly going to take to him pretty well, being that kind of coach just for this intern. And I would not be surprised if they're able to go out and win some games, maybe turn it around. And I know Jimmy G is. I think he got benched or he's
I think
still
they benched
hurt.
him. I think I saw that they're benching him.
So that's going to be
Yeah,
the
for that
biggest
rookie.
thing. Yeah, Aiden O'Connell. So that's going to be the
O'Connell.
biggest thing if Aiden O'Connell can play. But the Raiders defense still. You got Max Crosby. Your defense is still pretty good if you can get him in the right place. You got one of the best top 10 running backs in the league, and Josh Jacobs. Like, just get him going and take the pressure off Aiden O'Connell. He's got Devontae. Yeah, he's got.
And whatever the targets are, for 17.
Devontae? Oh yeah.
Take
Yeah.
it. Take the
Blow
over, and
blow it
he's
up.
gonna throw it to him every time.
Blow it up.
He
Blow
needs
it up.
to.
Yeah.
For my
Yeah.
fantasy sake, he needs to get 20
Yeah.
freaking
Throw it
passes.
to Adams every time.
Perfect. Do it. Let's do it.
I mean, you would hope. I mean, that's going to be the best way to bring him in. But I watched that coach's press conference yesterday or the day before, and he's a good dude. That
Ex-linebacker.
yeah. I mean, if he could win some games, maybe never know. Earn the trust of Vegas, and whatever Vegas says, that owner's going to listen to, and maybe keep him a little full-time gig. So we'll see. We'll see when it comes to that. But also in there, you got old Mr. Tom Brady, trying to get part of the Raiders ownership group. I don't know if y'all have seen any of that, but all the other NFL owners are pissed and they're not allowing it to go through because of how much Brady's paying is not what it should be for his percentage that he's getting. Like, he's paying like way too less. So the Raiders owners pretty much just cutting him a deal, and the NFL owners are not letting it happen. Still has not gotten cleared, but we'll
That's
see. I
stupid.
mean, Raiders owner, he's a money making dude. I mean,
Well, whatever
aces in
happened to that thing where
WNBA.
supposedly the IRS and he had some issues with money, financials, but
Yeah, I mean, just in the city of Vegas. I mean, that's different up there. So we'll see there. But with that being said, y'all got anything else going into this jam-packed football weekend? We got big college, big NFL. Great episode. Great episode.
No, I mean, it was good to
No.
be back. I missed y'all last week, guys.
yeah, man, we missed you too.
Missed y'all last week. So it's good to be back. I'm excited for the games this weekend. I'm gonna sit down and watch some football. You know, there's good games, so I'm excited.
I'll be at the UT game, so
That right there is
That scares me.
that terrifies
scare
me more than anything else. Big
fuck
boy,
both of y'all then. How about that?
Where are you sitting at? We're gonna look for you on TV. Where are you sitting at?
We're like around the 40 on the I think it's on the Texas side.
You'll get in the shade then, huh?
Yeah.
All three of y'all going?
Yeah. One of my buddies, he played for UT. He got season tickets. He has like 6 or 7. So shout out to Travis.
There we go.
So he usually takes me about once a year. So
Well,
this is the time to shine.
There
if
you
he's
go.
not, you need to ask him if he's not using those day after Thanksgiving tickets for that Tech game. The trio wants to go. Let him know.
I definitely will.
Let him know, because we were looking earlier, and those ticket prices
That's ridiculous for freaking Texas Tech. It's
insane.
wild.
I mean, you're
It's the
talking
last time. Well, we'll see if it's the last time.
second level on the sideline still though, but second level like $400. Like, you're paying $180 to sit second level in the end zone. Like, I'm good. I'll watch it at home.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But with that being said, we enjoyed it. Glad Trey was able to come on with us. Look forward to the next week. We got a Mr. TCU football player coming on next week, and the Will Dodds walk on too. So we're gonna get his journey, how he's been able to make that roster. Luke Dodds, Luke Dodds, his brother as well, and how he made that roster. Traveled with them last year to the national championship. It was all about that. So tune in next week for his roundtable chat, and also we may be having a little special guest during our little Texas rundown. So we won't say anything more, but I'm pumped for that. Hopefully that comes to fruition as well. But that's all the time we have for today's episode of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Coop, what do you got for them?
Listen, guys, like, subscribe, follow us on all social medias.
Ring
Big
the bell.
boy, what do you do?
Ring that bell.
Hit that bell, baby.
It's not
Hit
about the
that bell.
score. It's not about the score, but it's about how much money you got on the game. Appreciate y'all tuning in for the shit show we call a podcast.
Big one for the horns.
We love the love, baby. Peace.